The year was 1957, a period when the superficial calm of post-war America barely masked a burgeoning undercurrent of fear and uncertainty. The scent of blossoming suburban dreams mingled uneasily with the damp, earthy aroma of forgotten things and the unspoken secrets that festered in the city's hidden corners. A biting, resentful wind, born of the raw, untamed earth, swept through the streets of Philadelphia, a chill that seemed to penetrate bone and soul. In the desolate, tangled wilderness of Fox Chase, a young man, a trapper by trade, was tending to his muskrat lines, his mind focused on the day's meager catch. Then, a jarring anomaly in the natural chaos of the woods arrested his attention, a large cardboard box, the kind used for bassinets, lying discarded amidst the thorny undergrowth. He froze, a prickle of profound unease rippling across his skin, a sensation entirely unrelated to the biting cold. It was a premonition, a visceral sense of discovery that curdled in his gut. Curiosity, a relentless and morbid beast, clawed at him, pulling him inexorably closer. He pushed aside the tenacious brambles, his breath catching in his throat as he peered inside. What he found there would forever scar his memory and embed itself in the annals of American true crime, a grim testament to humanity's chilling capacity for cruelty. Nestled within the box, a stark and horrifying still life, lay the tiny, fragile body of a boy. He was wrapped in a threadbare, plaid blanket, its faded colors a stark contrast to the vibrant life that had been so cruelly extinguished. His eyes, though dulled and clouded by death, seemed to stare up at the leaden, indifferent sky, wide with an incomprehensible terror that transcended his tender years. Bruises, a grotesque mosaic of purples and blues, mottled his pale skin, small, defiant declarations of a life extinguished far too soon. A faint scar, shaped eerily like a crooked E, marred his chin, a silent identifier that offered no name, no past, no whisper of who he was. Only the chilling echo of a violent, unspeakable end. The arrival of the police shattered the desolate quiet of the woods, their flashing lights an intrusive beacon in the deepening gloom. Their grim, hardened faces reflected the raw horror of the scene, a horror that would haunt them long after the boy was removed. The child, estimated to be between 4 and 6 years old, became America's unknown child, his identity a cruel enigma that taunted investigators. The chilling details of his demise began to emerge, each revelation a fresh wound on the collective conscience. His light brown hair had been crudely cut, almost as if someone had frantically attempted to erase his identity, severing any link to a past that might betray his tormentors. More disturbingly, his fingernails and toenails were meticulously trimmed, an almost perverse act of care juxtaposed against the brutality of his death. There was irrefutable evidence of severe malnourishment, his small frame tragically emaciated, a silent testament to sustained neglect. And most horrifyingly, signs of prolonged and sadistic physical abuse were etched onto his innocent body, a testament to a life lived in terror, punctuated by unimaginable pain. The discovery sent shockwaves of fear and sorrow through the city, then cascaded across the nation. Who was this innocent child? Who had committed such an unspeakable act of depravity? The news captivated a horrified public, each headline a desperate plea for information, a collective cry for justice that seemed to reverberate in the empty spaces where answers should have been. Yet the truth remained agonizingly elusive, swallowed by the ominous silence of the woods and the impenetrable veil of secrecy that surrounded his death. Detectives, their faces etched with grim determination and sleepless nights, worked tirelessly, their days and nights blurring into an endless, frustrating pursuit of leads that always seemed to dissipate like smoke in the wind. Composite sketches of the boy, his wide, innocent eyes pleading for recognition, adorned post offices and newspapers across the country. Every tip, no matter how outlandish, was followed with a methodical, almost desperate, tenacity. They interviewed countless individuals, sifting through mountains of missing persons reports that offered only dead ends. They even consulted psychics, hoping against hope for a glimpse into the darkness that shrouded the case, a supernatural whisper where conventional methods had failed. But the boy in the box remained an enigma, his story untold, his fate a cruel riddle that mocked their efforts. The case gained national notoriety, becoming a grim staple in crime tabloids and newspaper features. Local residents of Fox Chase, already unnerved by the discovery, began to eye their neighbors with suspicion, the unspoken question hanging heavy in the air: could the killer be someone among us? Parents clutched their children tighter, their anxieties a palpable force in the community. The police department faced immense public pressure, their every move scrutinized, every dead end a fresh disappointment. The case became a symbol of unresolved evil, a haunting reminder that some horrors defy explanation and evade capture. Years turned into decades, each passing year deepening the mystery and the collective heartache. The case of the boy in the box remained a gaping, festering wound in the heart of Philadelphia, a stark reminder of an unresolved horror. The original investigators, their hair now streaked with gray, carried the immense burden of the unsolved mystery, a silent vow to the child they could not name. They retired, some passing away, taking with them the fragments of memory and frustration from a case that had consumed so much of their careers. The cardboard box, once a container of life, now a haunting symbol of unimaginable cruelty, became a grim exhibit in the police museum, a constant, chilling reminder of a promise unfulfilled, a life unavenged. Forensic science evolved rapidly in the ensuing years, offering new hope. DNA evidence, a concept unthinkable in 1957, became a powerful tool. In the late 1990s, the boy's body was exhumed, and DNA samples were taken, a desperate, final attempt to wrench a name from the grip of oblivion. Investigators hoped that a match would eventually surface, linking the boy to a family, a lineage, a life. Yet, for years, the DNA offered no immediate answers, only further questions, as if the very identity of the boy was determined to remain a secret. Whispers and theories continued to circulate like restless ghosts in the wind, each one a desperate attempt to fill the terrifying void of the unknown. Was he from a transient family, lost and forgotten in the ceaseless shuffle of life on the margins? A victim of a dark, forgotten ritual, sacrificed to some malevolent force that lurked in the city's underbelly? Had he been abandoned by desperate, overwhelmed parents, only to fall prey to a monster hiding in plain sight? Each theory was a fragile tapestry woven with speculation and sorrow, offering no solace, no closure, only a deepening sense of dread and an enduring sense of injustice. The woods of Fox Chase, once a place of childhood wonder and sun-dappled paths, now held a sinister aura, forever marked by the horrific discovery. Local legends began to emerge, chilling tales whispered around campfires of a child's mournful cries carried on the night air, of fleeting shadows that danced among the ancient trees, forever searching for a name, for peace. The crooked E on the boy's chin, the faint scar that had once offered a fleeting, tantalizing hope of identification, became a chilling emblem of the unknown, a silent testament to a life brutally stolen and a mystery that defiantly resisted resolution. Then, decades later, a new technology emerged, forensic genealogy. Combining DNA analysis with extensive genealogical databases and traditional investigative work, a new, painstaking effort began. The hope was that distant relatives, perhaps unknown to the boy's immediate family, might surface, leading investigators down a lineage that would finally reveal his identity. The world watched, holding its breath, as cold case detectives, aided by geneticists, painstakingly built a family tree, brick by agonizing brick. Even now, in the profound stillness of the night, if you listen closely, you might hear the whisper of the wind through those woods, carrying with it the faint, sorrowful echo of a child's name. A name that remains, to this very day, almost found, almost spoken, hidden in the unforgiving embrace of anonymity. The boy in the box, America's unknown child, forever trapped in the chilling, unyielding mystery of his final, silent resting place, a poignant reminder that some monsters walk among us, and some secrets fight desperately to remain unearthed, no matter how desperately the world aches for the truth. The journey to uncover his identity has been long and arduous, marked by both heartbreak and persistent hope. What do you think is the most significant factor that has kept this case unsolved for so long?